Here is a 2-year-old Arab filly. I have trained her on a couple of different occasions. She is usually a nice little filly to work with, but it is spring and she is a little frisky, and this is her first day back here. If we are going to lunge our horses around to the left, I take the rope in my left hand. Then I put the tail of the rope in my right hand. Then I am going to point to my left as a cue to tell my horse to move in that direction. If they don't do it, I will follow up with a kissing sound. If that doesn't work, I will take the tail of the rope and tap them on their shoulder with the tail of the rope. Keep tapping them on the shoulder until they move off in the desired direction, as this filly is doing here. She is a little bit hyper. This horse has a little bit of spring fever. She wants to buck and kick out and push around, and she's just kind of charging around me today. You can expect the Arab to be real hyper, especially on their first day. After a couple days or so, this horse should settle right down and get quite calm. When you are lunging your horse and you would like to change directions, first you switch the rope into the other hand, such as if you were lunging your horse around to the left and you have the rope in your left hand, you switch the rope to your right hand. Then you step in front of your horse's drive line, and the drive line is the shoulder. Then you start tapping on their nose, take the tail of your rope, and start swinging it in front of their nose to try to stop that forward movement. Then you want your horse to jump over his hind end with his front end, like a cutting horse, to switch back to the other direction. Many horses will want to run through this. At first your horse won't know what you are asking, so be patient with him, but be firm. Let him know that he is not supposed to run through that rope. This little girl is really fresh. Lunging can be quite fun for a horse, but we really don't want them to be bucking and kicking and that sort of thing, because it can become very dangerous for the handler. So if your horse is bucking and kicking out, stay out of their way, but keep lunging them until they settle down. Now she's starting to do a little better. When you want your horse to stop and face you, you need to stop moving, pull their head towards you, and ask them to disengage that hindquarters. If they don't disengage that hindquarters, you need to ask them to move again, and then ask them to disengage again. Keep doing that until they disengage for you and face you without running on top of you. They need to stay the respectful distance away from you. Now for this horse, I'm going to ask her to back up because she is pretty pushy and she kind of wants to run over the top of me sometimes. To cue your horse to back up the proper way, you cue your horse by grabbing the rope about 3 feet away from their chin and wiggling the rope back and forth. Do that for a few seconds, and if you don't get any response, then start yanking down on their head to tap the top of their nose to make it more uncomfortable for them to just stand there. Keep tapping on the top of their nose until they give you a step or two. Eventually, I will ask this horse to back up until she really gives me a backup. That was pretty good right there. She's resisting me by putting her head up in the air. She's not wanting to back up. She's wanting to ignore my cue. I'm just going to ignore that for now and just get her to back up. Eventually, that high head will come down when she learns to give to my cues. If they come towards you without you asking them to, ask them to back up with maybe a little more aggression than you normally would. That is one thing a horse is not allowed to do. Always be sure to reward your horse when you get the desired action.